Schefter at ESPN says there's 275,000 people.
Well, that was some party in downtown Detroit. 775,000 people, shattering the NFL draft attendance record.
This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
All right, Lions fans, man, we about to get into it, and I don't know why that's on the screen. That's just lovely. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday Night Football. We're coming at you live from Rockhound Studios. Give you guys your little pregame announcements here. And looks like we've got the injury list just came through. I hope you're ready. If you can tell, I'm ready, man. I am ready to put Baltimore out of their misery once and for all. This is a team that has nagged us. For 2 years now, we've been waiting to go back, and here we are. We're back. It appears, though, today, first announcement, Marcus Davenport's going to be down for the next 4 games. It was supposed to be 2, and if they couldn't get it fixed in 2, it was going to be longer. 4 games it is. At least it's not season-ending, and that's going to put him real close. It's going to put him real close to my projection, man, of at least 14 games this season, as expected for Marcus Davenport. In tonight, inactive for the Lions, safety Thomas Harper, running back Craig Reynolds, interior offensive lineman Kingsley Egwakun, defensive lineman Chris Smith, and defensive lineman Mekhi Wingo. Interesting inactive list here for the Detroit Lions. Very interesting. Obviously, Sione Vaki, who missed the first 2 games with a hamstring injury, is going to get his first shot at playing tonight. I can't really see with these glasses on, so I got to get them off. I'm ready for Vaki, man. He is absolutely needed in the special teams units. He does bring, I think, a very effective boost in the special teams, not only as a gunner, but also as somebody that, man, if you give him an opportunity with the football, he can make plays. So interested to see what he could do tonight, if anything at all. It might not be a whole lot, but all he needs is 1 or 2 plays, man. That's all Vaki needs, just 1 or 2 plays. Just make a play tonight. I've got an interesting tidbit on Lamar Jackson I'm going to share with you guys here in just a second. Let's go through what Tim Twentyman put out. He said the Sione Vaki, who missed the first 2 games with a hamstring injury, is obviously going to make his debut tonight. His return is likely why Craig Reynolds is inactive tonight. The Lions are going with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery and Vaki, and get this, Jacob Sailors as the 4 running backs tonight. I'm not baffled. I'm really not. I have an interesting thought, but I said in the off season, or I'm sorry, during preseason, I didn't even expect Craig Reynolds to potentially make the roster. I thought that Sione Vaki was going to make the roster for sure, but I wasn't so sure that Craig Reynolds was going to make the roster. Had Vaki been healthy, does Reynolds make the roster? That's question number 1. Question number 2, is Craig Reynolds getting traded? Right? Oftentimes when you see a guy that has been a big part of this team going on, I don't know, 3-4 years now, and now he's out, when the first moment that Sione Vaki is healthy, it makes you wonder if maybe the Lions have something cooking right now. There's always a possibility. I'd probably err on the side of, 70-30 here, 70% he's staying in Detroit. But I've been wrong many times before in my life. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What else did he say in here? I can't believe that Sailors has been getting this much action, but you know what, man? That guy, he can absolutely move with the football in his hand. So I guess I'm really not that surprised. Trevor Nowatzki will also play tonight after his elbow injury that he suffered in the preseason forced him to miss the first 2 games. The return of Vaki and Nowatzki is a big boost for special teams tonight, which we're going to need all 3 phases tonight. All 3 have to be spot on. All 3 are going to have to be spot on. Marcus Davenport, like I said, on IR with the chest injury. He's going to miss the 4 weeks. Expect Al-Qadim Muhammad to play a much bigger role. I mean, quite honestly, he's played pretty well already. I mean, you guys saw the numbers flying around. 28% pass rush win rate? I don't have it in front of me, but I think it was 28%. And listen to this. Baltimore's Lamar Jackson had 4 touchdown passes and no interceptions for 128.6 rating in week 2. After recording 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing, with 144.4 rating on kickoff weekend. Monday night, tonight, against the Lions, Lamar Jackson can become the 4th quarterback ever with a passer rating of 125 or higher in each of his team's first 3 games of a season. And he joins, or would join, he's not going to join, John Haddle, 1973 of the Los Angeles Rams, Patrick Mahomes, 2019 of the Kansas City Chiefs, and Russell Wilson, 2020 with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, in week 3, obviously, Jackson can also become the 6th quarterback in NFL history to record at least 2 touchdown passes and a passer rating of 90 or higher in 11 consecutive games, including the postseason. He would join Tom Brady, 12 games, Patrick Mahomes, 11 games, and former and current Pro Football Hall of Famer Peyton Manning, 13 games, Phillip Rivers, 13 games, and Aaron Rodgers, 14 games. I said all that to say this. It ain't going to happen, buddy. Not happening, not tonight. You're going down, clown. It's not happening. Not happening. Lions are going to have something to say about it. And quite honestly, even if you do get it, great, good for you, you're still not winning the football game. But this is going to go back to the other announcements that I've been saying for the last couple of days. Contain, contain, contain. If you guys watched any of the film, if you read the article that I've given you guys a couple of times and watched the film pieces in there, you will see that Lamar Jackson, pressure or not, he can hurt you. Running or not, clearly with his arm can hurt you. The narrative of Jackson doesn't have an arm, he can only run, you can kiss that goodbye. It's been gone. He has a good arm. Now, is he the most accurate all the time? No. And if you have some sticky coverage on him, does that, tend for him to make some mistakes? Absolutely. Tonight, it's sticky coverage. It's contain on the ends. Take your shots when you get them. Bracket, please. Bracket one of either Zay Flowers or DeAndre Hopkins. I wouldn't necessarily think that DeAndre Hopkins needs a bracket, but after seeing some of those plays that he made in last week's game, I almost think it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it to have to go light on one side of the field. Man, that jacket's hot. It's the only drawback to these straight up polyester jackets, man. They're like, it's like wearing a trash bag. I do need to lose some weight, but not right now. I'm good for the moment. All right, what you guys talking about? We're only going to be on for like 5-6 more minutes. That's it. And then we're going to roll right into the We're going to roll right into the game a little bit early. I still got a couple of things to set up. Eric's going to be joining us tonight, by the way. Riley is not. He's going to be hanging out with some friends. And then I think he might join still for the post-game show. I'm not quite sure if he is or if he isn't. We'll see what he does. We'll see if he has time to or not. I want to know right now, what is the biggest worry from you guys tonight? What is your biggest worry? Biggest worry. Offense and defense. I'll tell you mine. While you guys are thinking and typing, I'll tell you mine. My biggest worry is Aiden Hutchinson. I know that sounds weird, but my biggest worry is him. Is he back? Is he going to get too deep on Lamar? Because if he does, you're going to see some big plays. Where I'm also not concerned is that I think Calvin Shepard is smart enough to get these guys to understand what not to do. And we should know what not to do against Lamar. Every team should know what not to do against Lamar or Jaden Daniels, right? But unfortunately, this is like it's the ultimate machismo, right? You it's man on man, and you're gonna go show somebody that you're better than them. Sometimes that gets the best of a male's, testosterone. So hopefully tonight these guys can play as a unit. They can play together. And I just got a text. So I don't know if Trace is in this show, but yeah, there's two. There's the pregame, and then there's the actual live game show. So this is just pregame. That's all this is. We're just having a quick conversation. I'm giving you the pregame announcements, kind of telling you who's in, who's out. And then we're going to roll into, I know it's a little different this year. I'm trying to do some things a little bit different. This is literally a 30-minute or less. Get a couple of things off the chest. Take a break for a few minutes. Roll right into the mainstream, which I don't think it's going to bleed over. I didn't have it bleed over. I can do that real quick. And then by week 4, we should be rolling, man. Just like the Lions, this trajectory is starting to go up. We're starting to get things smoothed out a little bit. But I did forget to check one thing, which is my ESPN, because the game should be on ESPN. Should be. For me. And if it is, I should be able to rewind and link up with Eric. So tonight, the real live stream is happening next. That'll be about 7:30. Where the next real live stream, that's going to be for the game. We'll have the game audio. We should be able to sync it up. We'll do some commenting on the game. And then we'll take some calls during the game too. Look, if you guys want to call in during the game, as long as you're not way ahead of us and giving us the plays, we'll take a couple of calls here or there. Hopefully this game doesn't get out of control. I don't think it will. I think these guys are ready. I'm hoping these guys are ready. Disciplined Football says Don Burr, gap assignment, no hero ball. 1,000%. Love it. BD Buster says it's all about protection on the offense and getting a fast run. We'll win the game. So my second biggest concern of the night is the offensive line. Look, we have a great opportunity with Madubuike out, right? I didn't even tell you on the other side who was out. But Madubuike obviously is out. Wiggins is in. Humphrey's in. So you've got to test Wiggins. You got to test that groin. You got to put him in some stress situations. But the Lions have a good situation. They're not fully healthy on that defensive line, which means inside zone. To your point, let's get that run game going, right? Let's get that. You get the run game going. That play action menu starts to open up, and the Lions are going to be able to do what they do, which is deep crossers, right? The fade ins, the fade outs. I mean, whatever you want to call them, your box ins, your square routes. It doesn't matter. They'll be able to open everything up. Bees9 says we got this. I think we do too. Peter Van Laarhoven says 31-28. JG needs to play clean. No turnovers tonight. Look, if we give up one, we have to take 2 back. That's the way it works. If you give up one, you better take 2 back. The goal is just don't do it, right? And Jared Goff has been pretty smart, pretty tame with the football, not forcing the football. You know, when Jared Goff makes his mistakes, go back and look at the large majority of games that he's had mistakes in. It's when we're putting the ball up a ton, when we're playing from behind, right? And he's having to force the football. When he's having to force feed the football and trying to force these tight windows, that's when the mistakes are happening. If you give him a little bit of time, even 2.7, 2.8 seconds, Jared Goff is usually mistake-free. He's either going to find it or he's going to get rid of it. Kirby needs to get back to form. Hey, Kirby pulled one down last week. I'm just hoping that his knees hold up and that DJ Reed's knees hold up. That's the only big concern for tonight. Terrion Arnold is my next biggest concern of the night. He has to have a glorious game tonight, man. He has to play mistake-free too. It's not just Jared Goff. The biggest key to stopping Lamar is your secondary. If your secondary can stay a little bit sticky, right? If you can push it over 3 seconds, which can hurt or help you against Lamar, but if you can push that time over 3 seconds and you can have an effective pass rush with a spy and someone that can have that option on the read and get after Lamar, you might be able to get Lamar down a few times behind the line of scrimmage. So that's about it for me, man. Just play some clean football tonight. Don't try to force anything. Do what works. And then John Morton, please don't do a Ben Johnson. Don't give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery and it's working and then you pull it away from them. I'm all about going downfield, right? That first couple of plays, I want to see that ball downfield. You want to get the Ravens back on their heels and then you can feed it to Jahmyr or David. Right? I think a little bit of inside zone tonight should work, especially with, a couple of their big guys out of the middle, especially Madubuike. Salty says, JMO won't be getting deep balls. They play their safeties deep, but I expect those deep crossers to be there for JMO. So, Salty, let me ask you this. Do you not think that JMO can beat them deep as far as speed? Because I think they can. And quite honestly, I look at it this way. If they play their safeties deep, to your point, you're going to be able to get those 12 to 15-yard routes all day. Then all it takes is one move. Just one move from JMO, and he's gone. I mean, look what he did with that first catch last week that he took damn near to the house. It was just one move away, right? He had one more player to beat. He can do it. And he's matured so much, man. JMO is such a different player now. He really is. Everything that we were hoping he would be. Kirby's on the same pace as last year, says Todd Boudry. I want to see some boys in the third quarter. I don't know what you mean by that. Might want to rephrase that. Beady Buster. Might want to rephrase that one. Let's see here. Goff is going to be on the run tonight, and he can't run. Yeah, I don't know about that. So, all right. Since you said it, let me just throw it up. Here you go. We'll talk about this real quick one more time. If you missed it this morning, here's your overall ranking, but I'm going to skip through a couple of these, and I'm just going to go straight to the defense. Here, that's your offensive comparison. Here's your defense. The total defense for the Ravens, 31st. Passing defense, 31st. Rushing defense, 17th. Scoring defense, 25th. And defensive yards per play, 23rd. Not a good defense at all for the Ravens. When you take a look at this one, red zone defense, they're ranked 28th, which is, 4 spots from being the worst, right? Red zone TDs allowed. They're allowing a clip of 78%. They're allowing 3.5 TDs per game in the red zone. They only have, I think, 1 sack on the season. So this is not a Ravens defense that is able to really get a ton of pressure, especially with Madubuike out. I mean, that's their guy, right? That's the guy that gets them that interior pressure. Without him, it's going to be pretty tough for the edge to be able to do a whole lot. It does require, requires both sides to work together. Lions defense, on the other hand, our red zone rank is 23rd. Our red zone TD allowed rate is 71%. We're allowing 2.5 TDs per game. Third down conversion rate of 25th, allowing just under 50% conversions on third down and only 33% on fourth down. I was going to pull up the pressure stats real quick. That's weird. I turned my fan on and the light turns on. Gotta love that. Must be on the same frequency. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'll get into more as we get rolling through the game. The real game stream is going to be coming up here in just about 21 minutes or so. We're going to get started right around 7:30. That is the next link that you'll see listed in the live. We are doing giveaways tonight. So if you want to join us tonight for the game stream, we'll try to have the game audio matched up as best as we can. I'll have a scoreboard up so we can just watch the scoreboard. We'll talk about the game. We'll do a little play-by-play. Eric should be joining me, like I said. So we're just going to have a good time, relax, talk about the game. And then we're going to do some giveaways. Brandy Coffee said I should do some every quarter. So I'm going to give away some things every quarter. And then I've got a few big things to give away. Some mini helmets signed by Panay Sewell and others. I mean, those things are valued around $150, $250 in that range. So some big gifts from Rockhound Detroit Lions. We've given away over 40 mini helmets now. Do us a favor, though. You've got to be subscribed to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and then join us here during the live stream coming up in about 15, 20 minutes. Are you ready? I'm ready. I know you've got to be ready. This is what we've been waiting for, man. It's early. It's week 3. Typically I like, match it up against a team early in the season because they haven't seen enough of you. But man, we emptied the tank last week against the Bears. So there's a lot of tape out there on some things that we can do. But let's be real. There's nothing that this Lions offense can't do as long as they get some protection. Graham Glasgow is going to have to pitch a good game. Panay Sewell, Taylor Decker, all going to have to be playing some of their best football tonight. Tate Ratledge, the rookie, in his 3rd professional game, looked really good in his 2nd professional game. He's going to have to take that next step up tonight. It's a big game for your Detroit Lions. Let's get to 2-1. I'll see you here in about 20 minutes during the game stream. You guys have a good night. We'll see you shortly. Let's go Lions. Go One Pride. Let's get this W. We'll see you in a few moments. Take care.
Pressured by Hutchinson, he goes down again.
All right, it will roll over. If you're still in, it will roll over to the new stream. We'll see you guys shortly.